Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Chevy Tahoe Premier. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Chevy here in Spanish Fork for giving me some time with this Tahoe. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 5.3 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 15 around town and then 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the front end, the hood actually doesn't look all that different compared to before. I mean, it is different, but it's not too much of a change. I think that antenna is kind of dorky. It's a little painted thing right there at the very top. Anyways, the new headlight design. This is the thing that's probably the most interesting. Similar to what you have on the new Traverse, the split light design. I like the coloration here on the grille as well. It's pretty cool. Fog lights here at the bottom. But yeah, with the front end, it's futuristic looking for a Tahoe. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. You can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver there, and I like the cuts there for the fender. Tahoe badge here on the side. You've got the chrome there on the mirror caps, also the window trim. And then I'll take a few steps back so you can see the full side profile here. I think it's interesting. Kind of like futuristic look in the front, and the back doesn't look too much of a change. Now, taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, opening for the hatch, then just the window if you want to open that. And we'll pop it open. Boop-a-doo. Good space back here. Solid. Like this here. These little trim pieces. You can see with the seats, you can fold them down automatically for the third row. For the second row, you can only fold them down. And then you can raise up the third row. Got a little outlet here. And then in normal Tahoe fashion, don't have an insane amount of space behind the third row with it being folded up. Get the Suburban if you want more. And then got a little button there at the top to lower the hatch right back down. Look at these taillights. Very kind of fancy and futuristic looking. Yeah, look at that. Exhaust tip still pretty sporty looking, but yeah, the rear doesn't look as much of a change as the front. Now, popping inside, you can see keyless entry. We've got nice trim here, up top, down below as well. Let's quote the door lock and unlock. Look at these seats. Pretty darn fancy. All the adjustments, and then you got a nice grab handle to help out with getting in. Legroom back here is good. Got a storage pocket. We've got some cup holders here. We have our own climate zone, heated seats as well. And yeah, I will say these seats are pretty comfortable. They have these little armrests. The third row is great. You guys can see here with the seat trim itself. And let's quickly pop back there. So you've got this little pass through here that I can just kind of squeeze my feet through. And then boom, I'm kind of in the third row. You do have your legs put up a little bit, but it's actually pretty spacious. Got a little USB port here in the back. And then headroom here and there. It's all good. And this leads us up front. So again, all the soft touch trim, same thing down below. All of our window controls here. Notice front to rear automatic. Mirrors power fold in. You got memory seat functionality, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. For those of you wondering on capacities, 1741 for the payload, and then 7,700 pounds for the towing. Solid. So here's the front seat. All of the power adjustments on the side, and they've got so many controls here. So for the parking brake, the drive line select, this just has an advanced four-wheel drive system, no 2-speed transfer case. Light controls, and then you've got for your lane departure, stability for the camera system, parking sensors, auto stop start, and for your parking assist. Steering is power adjustable. Well, taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got nice soft touch trim all around, and just darker stitching there in the center. Paddle shifters here on the back. We also have radio controls below those. Bunch of practical controls on the steering wheel, including for your cruise control, for example, heated steering wheel, and then this is for the center screen. And look at this, they did the new shifter situation, so we have a column shifter, which is going to free up space a little bit. But here is the gauge cluster, fully digital, and look at this, you can change what information is displayed. You can do like a big map view. So this is the same gauge cluster they have in other modern GM product. 360 camera system with this as well. So yeah, great resolution. And yes, we have the new giant screen setup here. I think it's turned off. So that's for the audio. And then this is for the camera and everything. What am I doing? Okay, stay in demo mode. Okay, there we go. Just didn't load up at first. But yeah, quick response time with this. And I guess that this is one of the vehicles where they decided to not, again, they have the light controls over here. So they decided to not integrate the light controls into the screen like the other one. So I think that's nice. But you do have heated and cooled seats with this, which those are accessed in the screen. But overall, I mean, response time's quick. I think it's pretty easy to use overall. And then you do have some physical controls for the climate just down below the screen. We've got the trim all across the dash here. You can see like perforations there. And then we've got the glove box, which pretty good storage. Vents above those climate controls I showed you. We have our wireless phone charging pad in this area, some cup holders. And then there's a little storage pocket on either side here with this. Big center console. That's big. Nice trim here on the top. And then we do have a rear view mirror, and then this one doesn't have a sunroof or anything like that. So this doesn't have like the final window sticker, which would have pricing on it, but if you look it up, the Premier package before options starts at $75K. So yeah, anyways, let's drive it. Well, new Tahoe. Visibility, by the way. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I'm excited to do reviews on this new Tahoe. This is obviously the beginning. I'm doing this and then an LS today. But yeah, the new Z71, the new Duramax, that'll be really exciting to see. And I think part of the reason why I'm so excited is my wife and I are not in the market for a car for at least a year, probably 2 years. But we've both decided that if we have, which we're planning on having more than just 2 kids. Once we have kiddo number 3 on the way, then we're gonna get something that's like bigger with a 3rd row. We're still debating between minivan and full-size SUV, so yeah, it's kind of exciting to see what Chevy has going on here, because this is one of the ones that we are seriously considering in the next couple of years. But yeah, ride quality is great. That's one of the things that's nice about these Tahoes is they're so smooth, right? It's a long wheelbase, big SUV, body on frame, but it does have independent suspension front and rear, so that helps out quite a bit with the ride quality on road. Braking's definitely like truck brakes. That is for sure. Oh, looks like this truck's turning in here, so we'll go across. But yeah, the suspension's nice. I think they've done well with this whole setup. And the 5.3 V8, don't underestimate it. I know this is to some people a boring engine. You know, it's an engine that Chevy's had for a long time, but you know, it's still a solid powertrain, especially in this. Like in the Silverado at this point, yeah, it feels kind of weak, but for some reason in the Tahoe it doesn't feel bad. And I think maybe part of it is every other full-size SUV has like a turbo V6 now, because I mean, what in the new they haven't come out with the new Armada yet. The new Armada is going to have that twin turbo V6, Expedition twin turbo V6, Wagoneer twin turbo inline 6, and so everything that you would, I think, feasibly compare this against is going to have some sort of turbo 6-cylinder. So just having a V8 is cool, and the 10-speed's great, right? Having a modern transmission helps out quite a bit in terms of just the acceleration feel and everything that is going on. Yeah, this ain't bad. Maybe I'll go down that way next time. I'm still trying to find a driving route here. It just not super, well, it's weird because I know this area well, but I also don't at the same time because they've built out so much stuff that has changed all of the roads. But get acceleration here. V8 power, I love it so much. Just a linear progression. Doesn't get the best fuel economy, but sounds good. Sounds good while it's eating up your gas money. That's the most American thing ever, right? But either way, let me know what you guys think about the new Tahoe with this Premier package. But this is nice. This is nice. And, you know, I know some people might not like the whole screen situation. That's something I'm definitely going to talk to my wife about because she hates screens. So be interested to hear her kind of take on having a bunch of screens and what is a family SUV. But there's kind of our first look at the new Tahoe with the Premier package and the 5.3 V8. And well, again, if you're not subscribed already, I'd recommend that you subscribe if you want to see more Tahoe/Suburban content, because I will be reviewing more packages in the future, and I'll do some comparisons. It's always hard to decide what comparison to put together in terms of packages, but I think what would be really cool is Ford's coming out with that new Expedition with the Tremor package. I think that versus the Tahoe Z71 might be a fun comparison, but that's all.